We all freaking at the Freaker's Ball, y'all. Right here live on RealLibertyMedia.com every Friday night at this particular time. And this particular Friday night is November 17, 2017. 9 p.m., 9:02 p.m. here in Mountain Time, US of A. Glad to have you all along with us for the ride, wherever you may be tuned in from. And we are in many places. Of course, the primary place is right here on RealLibertyMedia.com on Channel 1, which is the Freaker's Ball show page, or you can click it from the show pages there. That's the video and the chat and all that wonderful stuff. And then we also have the audio stream, which goes out everywhere, but mainly onto the RLM stream, which you could find on rlmradio.xyz, as well as on RealLibertyMedia.com, and on places like Freedom's Network and various other sites that are out there that rebroadcast us. Thank y'all. Anyway, howdy to the folks over there where are we at? On Freedom's Network, Freedom's Network. Yeah, we got some folks tuned in from over there yet. I don't know who all's over there, but I think Bobby Bean's still hanging around. Maybe Grandma Mary and Estrella. Yeah, you never know over there. There's a whole group of people, but they don't really pop into the chat and say howdy and hi and all that wonderful stuff. But here in the RLM chat room, well, also howdy to the folks over there in the what do you call it? The corner pocket over there on the Crush and Run, irc.crushandrun.net. Howdy to you all. And, of course, on the free node, irc.freenode.net, we have the Real Liberty Media channel. Yeah, got all the great folks that are here tonight. We got the Barman and the Cowboy Tech and myself and the Grimnir. And the Grimnir, me, myself, and I, Miss Moosegurl and the Asmo and BTC Bob and Chalcedony and Chloe and Gromsy, IB Don C and Java Doctor and JJ's, wake up JJ's, Wanna Taco, giving us the nickels, Miss Kite down there in Florida, Rain and Fluke, the Fluke Bot, Rob Works and Space Wolf. Space, how you doing, man? Good to see you around. Just a couple weeks in a row now. I'm glad you're hanging out here with us. We appreciate it ever so much. We got the Romes, a.k.a. Trust No One, Benoit, Dakota and Dimma, Flash Nasty, probably sleeping. He's over there in the Netherlands, you know. Frumpy and Goober and Kozu and Bowie and then Sam Dubois, Mr. Poxified himself. Pone Sauce, which is the sock puppet clone, kind of, sort of. Slim, Jim, Flim, and Phantom, and other folks that may be out there and around. I don't know where y'all are. I was trying to go slow and take up some time because Moosegurl's having some technical issues. Goober. Chili Lemon Doritos Dynamites. Whoa. I don't know what those are, but sounds like a flavor blast of various flavors to blast you with. Oh boy, I had some issues this week, but I'll tell you about those later. I think since Moosegurl's having some problems, we'll just go ahead and kick into some tunes here. Started off that way, I believe, would be the best course of action at this point in time. Oh, he says, Poxified says, rolled up Doritos into a cylinder. Okay, Doritos Dynamites. Chili Lemon Doritos Dynamites. Man. Well, they sound good, actually. But anyway. Oh, I forgot to check my my alignment. Because I've moved my browser around a little bit. I need to change my alignment here. Sorry, guys. I forgot. I had resized. I tried not to resize my browser during the week, but sometimes I do. And when I do, it messes with my my camera. Well, what I call my camera. It's not really a camera. It's it's a webcam max is what it is, and it's a virtual camera that I use, and so if I move my browser around at all, then I've got to go in and realign the frame that captures the portion of the screen where the video will be displayed. I know it's highly interesting to y'all. Anyway, let's kick it. We're starting with a little Disturbed here this evening. Yeah, that's a question I've been asking myself all week long. Where is my mind? I pulled a major boner earlier this week, but again, I'll talk to you about that later. Welcome back, Moosegurl. Hopefully you got all your issues. Oh, still no go. Well, damn it. Moose, if you want, I can go on there and fix you up, but it's a situation. Or you can just listen on the audio stream. Of course, if it's no go, you're not hearing me say any of this. Oh yeah, If you got that Firefox 59, you're screwed. Yeah. You're gonna have to roll back to 56. Yeah. Yeah, Firefox 59 is, oh boy, it's a terrible, terrible thing. Let me tell you, it's a terrible, terrible thing. Hang on a second. Let me find a link for you here. I can't believe all the stuff they just totally disabled. In the 59 update. It's certainly not an upgrade. It's an update. So anyway, you probably want notes. I don't want notes. I want to download it. Where? All right. I know you can get it because I downloaded it earlier this week. All Firefox downloads. Let's go over here to this page, and I'll get it for you. Let's see here. Fully localized versions. Whoa. I don't even know what the hell those are. They got all these weird names, which are I don't know. Is this the right? This is not the right one. I don't want the latest and the greatest, because your latest is far from the greatest. Let me see here. Directory listing Firefox. There we go. 64. Win 64. And then we want English. Would be useful. U.S. English. Yeah, there's that. And here we go. Okay. Here you go, Moosegurl. Just download and install that over current version. Okay, that should get it going. Anyway. Oh, God. Sorry, Moosey. I don't know what to tell you. It's a terrible thing when they do that. Those crazy updates that they like to do. But they do, they do it. They do it over and over, and every time they disable all kinds of good stuff. Is that their plan, is to screw people over? I don't know. But it is what they do, so we got it there. Oh, yeah. It is what they do. So we'll not put any of more of your requests in there. By the way, that last set, Zepparella, that was a Poxified request. And yeah, make sure you turn off the automatic update shit. Because that'll fuck you up every time. But anyway, and the Trampled by Turtles was a Moosegurl request, of course. Probably shouldn't need to have to tell you that. But there's that for you all there on that. So who is this? Oh, Simo. Yeah, we'll put the Simo track in there in the next set. And since Moosey's having some problems, I think we'll start by talking about a little story. Vinny's not here either. And I was hoping Vinny would be here, but not that he doesn't already read this story and doesn't already know the story. But he's not here, so we'll go ahead and do the song anyway. I mean the story. Duh. I'm not even sure what this is, but we'll put it in there. I've heard of the band, but I don't know the song. We're not really familiar with the band, although I've heard of the band. Anyway, we'll put that in there in the last track of the next set. Yeah. So, being as we've talked about it much here, and we have a lot of videos posted up there on the Real Liberty Media YouTube channel about this, we're going to go ahead and cover a little bit about it from dcclothesline.com. And as it so happened, it wound up on the front page of the Real Liberty Media Daily today. Not my choice, but I would have. I would have gone ahead and done that. No, you shouldn't have to redo Flash, but I don't know. Anyway, here it is. This is, like I said, dcclothesline.com by Tim Brown. Bombshell in Bundy Ranch case. Government witness confirms Bundy's claims. Holy hell. In a stunning turn of events, Judge Navarro's order that the prosecution turn over all evidence regarding videos and agents at Bundy Ranch in 2014, reports are coming out of the evidence that was not allowed to be presented in previous two trials was shown to the jury on Wednesday, and that evidence basically shut down the prosecution from any form of rebuttal. I don't know. Disable Flash shouldn't be screwing with you, but you never know. Anyway, in a video report from John Lamb and Kelly Stewart, who attended the trial and have been reporting on it live from Nevada, said that such evidence and as photos of snipers surrounding the Bundy house 4 days ahead of the impoundment, unlike the prosecution claimed, and photos of the Bureau of Land Management agents with guns trained on protesters, as well as other acts of aggressions by the BLM. We've had a great day, said Lamb, who has been reporting on the trial since they began. The government has not been able to object to one single thing with the new evidence that's been provided. It was video. It was video. Yeah, you did your request wrong there, but you'll figure it out. Anyway, Lamb said this was due to the newly released evidence, which has now been deemed to be relevant. Why was it not relevant from the beginning, would be my question. The jury is now seeing the real face of central government tyranny, and I am guessing that once again, it's not going to go too well for Stephen Meyer. There were several bombshells in the trial, too. One was a government witness by the name of Mary Ann Rudwell, stated on the witness under oath, okay, that their only goal was to impound the cows, to either give them back to Clive and Bundy or to put them on his 160-acre ranch or sell them and give them the money. Of course, we all know the BLM, led by criminal Daniel P. Love, did far more than that in the setting up of the free speech zones, killing cattle, and threatening and acting violently towards protesters. All of the defendants are being charged with extortion, and now we're discovering that the extortion charge should be against the BLM. Absurdities. According to this witness, she admitted that they did not have in order to sell the cows to keep the money. What? That they didn't have in order. That sentence doesn't make any sense. I understand what you mean, but poor syntax. Anyway, who was actually paying for the impoundment? The central government? Wait, that's you in taxes. It says you and me, but I'm not included. Anyway, furthermore, Lamb produced a document that one of the attorneys for Cliven Bundy gave him that was part of the evidence. What? This person writes very oddly. Anyway, the document shows the trespass fees that Bundy owed, and guess what? It was only $8,815, and that's for over 10 years, not millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars that were told by the media and the central government propaganda outlets. Because the BLM was not fulfilling their obligations on the land, he tried to pay those fees to Clark County in the state of Nevada, which, if anything, the land does not belong to the central government, and not really should it be owned by the state, but by individuals. However, he was thinking the state would have control under your Constitution, since your Constitution is crystal clear on how central government may obtain land. Bundy was only arguing that he did not owe money to the BLM. Lamb compared what Bundy owed, the $8,815, to the vast expenses of the central government has shelled out, and hundreds of thousands of dollars just on contract cowboys alone, plus the impoundment, and then on top of that, over $100 million spent on these worthless trials to bring out a false narrative against these defendants. Is there anyone who actually thinks that the central government is efficient at anything except for lawlessness and corruption? They didn't even give the Bundys a chance to sell the cows. Stewart said the witnesses claimed that the reason the cattle were being impounded had nothing to do with money, but loony left-wing environmentalism, such as the environment is being, negatively impacted. Soil is being trampled on, and the desert tortoises. Oh, the desert tortoises. None of those things are anything the central government has any constitutional authority to deal with in the first place. But the biggest issue was that he allegedly had his cows on property without governmental permission. Really? A permit? Well, okay, it was about the money. Well, it was more about the control than the money. But the central government extorts its citizens for money for worthless permits and to use land it shouldn't even have a claim to in the first frickin' place, per your Constitution. And don't give him the Louisiana Purchase Treaty deal. While treaties may exist under your Constitution, a treaty may not violate the clearly written words of your Constitution. In other words, when that land was purchased and the states were established, that land should have immediately gone under state control or to those who settled it. Anyway, let's read the rest. He goes on and on for a while. But be all that, be as it may, the Bundy trial went well for them this week. It was a good thing, I would have to say, all in all, for the rights of individuals and the exposure of the government as a bunch of lying scumbags that they are. All right, since Moose is still having issues, what is she doing now? Keeps telling her to install Flash, and she has 4 times. She can't watch Freakers. She don't know. More like she's singing the praises of Adobe there. Anyway, we're gonna hit it up with some more music here. I hope you like some blues. So you like blues? Anybody like blues? I know somebody likes blues. So we're gonna start off with the Samantha Fish Band here, and she is gonna put a spell on you. Nice. Creepy. That was Stabbing Westward with Haunting Me. Poxified request. I've never really listened to much Stabbing Westward, but I like their sound. Good sound. Good track there, Pox. Before that, we had J.D. Simo with Tommy Emmanuel. doing well, so well with a little help from my friends. Great stuff. And we kicked it off there on that set with Samantha Fish Band back in Pennsylvania in 2015 with I Put a Spell on You. But yeah, JD Simo, man, that guy fucking kicks it. He rocks. I would say, and this is a personal opinion of mine. I hear a call. Call. Where's it at? I see the call thing coming in. Damn it, where'd it go? Call? I don't know. There it is. Get this out and get on my way. Are we talking? I think we're talking. Are you there? Hola.
Finally.
So I was going to say that I think that JD Simo, purely talent-wise, would certainly rival Joe Bonamassa's ability on guitar playing. He's written, I've heard only a couple of his songs that he's done, but certainly on guitar playing. I don't know on his what do you call it? Oh, his songwriting. So anyway, earlier in the first set, and I had a song lined up, and I had it lined up for you as much as for me, but I think maybe more for you now. It was one of your requests by Trampled by Turtles. Yeah. Where is my mind? You there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're kind of low.
I'm sorry. Hello. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we both had a little bit of mind gaps going on this week.
Really?
Really? Yeah, see?
Why?
Huh? Well, I told you about my problems.
Yes.
My issues, and then you here tonight with the Flash thing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we both be asking a little bit. Where's my freaking mind?
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. That's why I requested that song. It's been a week, man.
Oh, man, yeah. So, anyway, yeah. So I'm glad you got everything worked out there, and you're here
thank you. Yep.
On here with us.
Okay, so this is the deal. If you own an all-wheel drive vehicle.
All-wheel drive.
And you
now, wait. Let's be more specific. Is that part-time all-wheel drive? Full-time all-wheel drive?
All-wheel drive.
All-time. Full-time all-wheel drive. Okay.
And you get a flat tire, right?
And you get a flat tire.
You're like, I'll just go get the tire fixed. No biggie, right?
Right.
Well, if they can't fix the tire, you're screwed. Because they won't put just one tire on an all-wheel drive SUV.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, that's bullshit. No, I checked it out. It's a real thing. You'll screw up your vehicle if you can't match the tread depth on the other tires.
Yeah.
And it's too hard for them to, match it exactly.
Right.
So, anyway, I'm telling you, this is maybe going to prevent me from buying an all-wheel drive vehicle ever again, because it's a burden to have to buy 4 tires at one time.
It is a burden, but, I think the thing is, though, like you said, there was 50,000 miles on those tires.
That's true.
So, you're better off.
Oh, way better off.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy in a way.
It's freaking Wisconsin and it's winter.
It's winter, right. I mean, tires are so important that, especially in Wisconsin, that they're just everywhere. They're important. But, I mean...
Yeah, you can get away with some sloppiness in California, but
right.
You're not in California. So.
And I always get all-season tires, so then I don't have to worry about changing them out or anything, because that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, I love my BF Goodrich all-terrain TAs.
Yeah? I got some Pirellis.
Yeah. Damn Italian
All
tires.
season, 65,000 mile tires.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Good. That's good. So you're good for 4 years or something.
Yep. Hopefully. I just have to make sure I rotate them. That's the biggest thing. I'm so bad about that.
Well, you take it down there to the place, right? They do it.
Right. Oh, yeah. I can take it right in there. They'll do it for free.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
So
what the hell?
yeah. No, it's awesome. I mean, like you said.
And when you do that, they can change the oil for you.
Right. Exactly. I had them do the oil, and the biggest thing was they had price matching. So, because Farm and Fleet couldn't get me in for 2 weeks. That's how booked up they were.
Right.
And I'm like, well, that's not going to work. You know.
Yeah.
And so, Eau Claire Ford had the tires in stock, and I asked the guy on the phone, I'm like, do you guys do price matching? He's like, yeah, if it's the exact same tire, you got a lesser price, just bring in their quote, and we'll match the price. I'm thinking, sweet, right?
Right.
I get a check in the mail today, $203.66.
That was the difference?
Yep.
Sweet.
Isn't that awesome?
That's great. That's excellent.
Yeah. I mean,
and they didn't waste any time getting you that money.
No, they didn't. It's like so sweet. And you know, most people probably don't even think to ask about that.
Right, right.
You know, they just, you know, it's not like, oh, Claire Ford's going to go, oh, we have price match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why advertise?
They might tell you that, but they might not tell you that. You know what I mean?
Sure. You know.
Because I'm like, do you guys have price matching? He's like, yes, we do. I'm like, oh, because Farm Fleet has this exact same tire on sale for $123.74 a tire. He's like, oh, okay. You know.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we can do that.
Great.
I'm like, well, yeah.
So they're like 175 per tire or something.
Yeah, normally, well, probably at Farm Fleet they're probably like 150 or 160.
No, I mean the Ford place.
They were 171 a tire.
Yeah, so sweet.
Yep.
You can't beat that deal, man.
No, you can't. I got the same price that I would have got at Farm Fleet.
Yeah.
So that was sweet, yeah. And then I'm going to there was actually a rebate, a manufacturer's rebate going on. So I'll get a gift card or something from Ford for like $70 or something.
Oh, cool.
And it's leaking oil a little bit, they said. And it's like $90 to get it diagnosed. So I can use that gift card, you know.
Right, or...
For that.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, maybe not.
I mean, if you can figure out where the oil leak's coming from, it could be easy.
It could be something minor, right, yeah. So maybe it's not worth paying $90.
Well, you don't know. Yeah, I mean, you still got to get in there and, like, steam clean everything and find out where the fucking oil's coming from.
Yeah. Not like I'm going to be doing that.
Well, you got one of those places that has a, those drive-in car things that you do yourself. They usually have a steam cleaner in those.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have that here.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I didn't know they had that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's many do-it-yourself car washes around either.
Well, we got two in town.
I think we have like 2 or 3. I don't.
We got 2 in town of 2,000 people.
Automatic ones, you know.
Oh no!
The automatic where you just drive right through, you know.
Yeah. These are just like the stall you could drive in, and they get like a power wash, but they also have the steam cleaners.
Oh well, maybe it's a setting on the nozzle or something.
No, it's a different hose. There should be one.
Oh really? Oh. See, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a different hose, and you put different quarters in it.
Oh, weird.
I'll have to check it out. Same type of quarters, just different quarters.
Wow. Interesting.
Well, it's been a while since I've been to one. They may take dollars now. I don't know.
Yeah. And then, since I was saving money on tires, I had them replace those filters. That's the air filter and then the cabin air filter.
Yeah.
Because, like, they bring it to you, and they show you what it looks like, you know.
Well, yeah, I don't, the cabin one shouldn't be too bad, but the one for your breeze
the air
system,
filter.
yeah. Those get really bad, and those are very expensive.
They are. They're very expensive. I mean, you spend just as much money at Walmart buying it and putting it in yourself than you pay them to do it.
I remember.
have to replace them.
I remember back on my old cars, like my old Ford Falcons and Chevy Malibus. You get an air filter for like $6. And
Yeah,
like
remember that?
$150 now.
Yeah. No, they're like super expensive. It's like, are you freaking kidding me?
Oh, but they're whatever. Go there drunk sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Vax. Yeah, Vax is good. You gotta watch that, Slim.
Oh yeah, I have to watch that. I have to thank you, Slim Jim, because I've been meaning to see that. I've been waiting for it finally to be released. It's like, thank you.
Don't I have a vaccine story
Thank
here?
you. Yeah, I have a vaccination story queued up right here.
All right, well, hit it, because I'm not sure if I have one.
It's ridiculous, and it's just I read this just before I called you. This is from Vaxxter.com, VAXXTER.com. It's a pretty good site. I've been aware of this site for a while. I wouldn't say it's. I don't know. You guys just decide for yourself what kind of site it is, I guess. But anyway, Montana pressures Native Americans to get flu shots because they are more prone to flu, is the headline. And just from the headline alone, you know that they're freaking... It's bullshit. Anyway, 'tis the season to be pressured into a flu shot, whether it be at work or at school. And in Montana, you apparently just need to be a Native American to prompt fears of flu symptoms. This is via NBC Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Workers at Missoula Urban Indian Health Center are emphasizing the need for Native Americans to get flu shots. The center serves about 1,000 patients, and most are Native American. Health workers say Native Americans are prone to health complications from the flu. Okay, which can be fatal. No, they don't say more prone. They just say they're prone. Which isn't everybody, supposedly? Okay, medical assistant Marina Powers says the flu shot is highly recommended for natives for several reasons. Our culture is more prone to diabetes and other health complications, such as lung diseases, cancers, and stuff like that. So we are more
like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. You gotta love that. Yeah. So we are more recommended highly. This sentence, this woman does not know how to speak. I don't think. So we are more recommended highly to get the vaccination, said Powers. Okay, this is just a brainwashed sheeple here. Okay, and then the article goes on to say, it seems as if every group of people is a high priority flu shot demographic. The elderly, babies, those who have jobs, those who work in healthcare facilities, those who travel, and now Native Americans.
Those who breathe. If you breathe, you need help. Yeah.
This is ridiculous, people.
Absolutely.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, whenever they're trying to force something on you, run.
Absolutely. Run. Get the hell out of here. Stupid pop-up. Anyway, yeah, I have an interesting story, not about vaccines necessarily, but about the evils of the medical-industrial complex. One of the many evils of the medical-industrial complex. Let's say on the night of November 14th, you went to bed. You were perfectly healthy. You were fine. There was no problem with you.
Yeah.
And when you woke up on the morning of November 15th, suddenly, although you felt absolutely the same as you did the night before, you were now have high blood pressure.
Okay, weird.
There's the article from Zero Hedge. 30 million Americans were just diagnosed with high blood pressure. Say what? 30 million Americans who woke perfectly healthy yesterday morning are now suddenly in need of expensive hypertension treatments after the American Heart Association and the College of Cardiology decided, yeah, why don't we lower the definition of what high blood pressure is?
Yeah, I heard this. This was what they were talking about this on the radio the other day.
So they lowered it to 130 over 80. Now, I have not been to a doctor in decades, and so I don't know what the current definition of normal blood pressure is. But it used to be 120 over 80 was absolutely fine, perfect health.
Oh, fine, yeah, fine.
120 over 80, but now they say 130 over 80 from the previous of 140 over 90 was high blood pressure. According to Reuters, the change means that nearly 50% of American adults, or roughly 100 million people, now suffer from high blood pressure because they changed a number.
What is
yeah, 130 over 80 is worse than 120 over 80, but not that much. We're not talking that much. Anyway, so Americans with high blood pressure of 130 over 80 or higher should be treated, meaning by our drugs, down from the previous trigger of 140 over 90. According to the new guidelines, the Heart Association, the new cutoff around 46%, or more than 103 million of American adults, are considered to have high blood pressure. Just magically over. You remember that time when just after Fukushima, and and everything was getting all radiated and shit. People were checking the radiation for the first time. Actually, we don't know if people were getting radiated or what, but what we do know is that people started checking radiation for the first time ever. And the numbers seemed like they were high. They could have been high. I don't know what high actually is, because everything they tell us is a lie. So the government, in all its wisdom, said, "Don't worry about it. We're raising the number. We're changing the number. You got nothing to worry about. What we write down on a piece of paper is what is right, regardless of the fact that we had it at a much lower level before. We're going to bump it up so you don't freak out because we wrote it on a piece of paper." So depending on the situation, well, we need to sell more of these drugs. We're going to lower the freaking blood pressure normal, so that suddenly all these new people, 30 million more Americans, will be our brand new customers. It's just like, what?
Oh my God, what a scam!
Oh.
Wow. What a scam.
It's insane.
It is. It's crazy. Is this true about this plane crash?
Which one?
Rothschild?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. I have a link for that.
I have a link, and it's showing some Twitter and some breaking news. Here, I'll link this. Did I link that other story?
Yeah, Grammy talked about it on her show.
Okay.
And it says. That's I think that's the same. No, she posted one from me on Nettle, but the same thing.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll include this one too. But here's because the headline reads the same. Lord Rothschild feared dead after plane crash. What do you mean feared? Hoped for.
Right.
we hope the fucker's dead.
That's a hope.
We don't fear his death. No.
Oh, we can't wait for that.
Quite there's not very many people that I would hope for their death, but he is one of them.
He is one of them. He sure the hell is.
So yeah, go ahead, Lord Jacob Rothschild and 4 other people are feared dead after a plane and helicopter crashed midair over Rothschild's estate. Wreckage from both aircraft fell from the sky after local residents reported hearing a loud bang. According to authorities, the pilot of the helicopter and its single passenger, as well as the pilot of the passenger of the plane, all died in the crash.
Oh.
So how do they not know if he was in it?
Sorry.
What?
Nothing. I clicked on a story and the video played, of course.
Oh, I didn't hear it. So how do they not know? How do they not know if this fucker was in the airplane or the helicopter?
They know if he was in there.
Yeah. So what is this fear dead? Either he's freaking dead or he ain't dead.
Well, they said all 4 people died. If he was on the plane, he's dead.
Let me see who the source on this is here. We don't have a
the
source.
BBC News clip thing on the Twitter in that link, that story I linked. But it doesn't say 2 people were in each aircraft, so there was 2. There was a collision.
Yeah, a pilot and a passenger in each aircraft. But no, whatever, man. Yeah, he turned into Superman. these things aren't human anyway. Yeah, you know,
no,
they're these are lizards. These are reptilians.
Yes.
So
yeah, that'll be interesting to find out.
Yeah, you know, let them drop. That's what I say. Let them drop.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna
see you later much. Bye.
we're gonna go back to some tunes here for a few.
Okay.
And we'll be back after these. We're gonna kick it off. We're gonna kick it off here with a band that I saw back in 90s. Yeah, I think around 95, 96, at the San Diego Blues Fest down there, and they only had 3 albums out. And I snatched them all up after seeing the band there. Or at the concert, they sell their CDs and such, you know.
Yep.
But they never made any more after that. They disbanded, and they were such a great band. Anyway, this band is called the Mississippi Mud Sharks. The song is called "Train Rolls On." All right, that was the Dead Daisies with Mexico. Some fine-looking ladies there in that video. Before that was Huey Lewis and the News with I Want a New Drug, a Cowboy Tech request there. And we kicked it off with the Mississippi Mud Sharks and Train Rolls On. And as I was saying, I saw them first, well, only one time I ever saw them. Well, it was down there at the San Diego's Blues Fest back in the mid-'90s. And there was such a lot of great bands at that show. That was such an excellent program, or festival. I guess a one-day festival. Is that how it works? Anyway, outdoors there on the harbor of San Diego, and along with them was Tommy Castro, Eric Sardinas. We even had the Staple Singers with Pop Staples there at that show. That was great stuff. I miss going to those shows, but there's no good blues festivals out here that I know of. Anyway.
Darn it. So the U.S. Navy,
yeah,
had to apologize
for
a giant dick in the sky.
Oh yeah. We talked about that one too.
Yeah, I thought she would. Yeah. So this is what these guys do for fun. Is write giant dick penises in the sky. So there you go.
Well, they talk about what they know, and they are a bunch of penises. So
yeah.
Oh God.
So there you go. Fun, right?
Oh yeah, just freaking lovely.
Freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Just you know. Dicks drawing dicks. Exactly, Pox.
Right, exactly.
So, anyway, I just wanted to mention this for y'all out there. I pulled a major bonehead move this last weekend, and it wound up costing me a good chunk of what I will put air quotes money. I downloaded it last weekend. The Bitcoin had a fork, I guess you would call it, a split, whatever, from Bitcoin to this thing called Bitcoin Gold. And so I went and looked on there on the website of this Bitcoin Gold place, and I didn't see any wallets there that I liked. All they had was like for the Android devices and online stuff that you could do it on a website. And I said, I didn't want that. I wanted a Windows one. And I searched for, Windows version of the Bitcoin Gold wallet, and I found one there. And it looks just like the Ethereum wallet that I have for some other coins. And so I downloaded it, and I put my numbers in there. And turns out that that particular that particular wallet was not actually a wallet. It was a way to steal your private keys.
Oh, jeez.
For your bitcoins.
Oh no.
And so I had 1.2, 1.15 whatever bitcoins in my wallet, which at that point in time was about $8,000 worth of U.S. dollars if I was to convert it. Of course, I wouldn't have converted. I wasn't ready to convert it yet. I was, waiting for probably at least next February or March before I did any kind of conversion such as that. Either way, they stole all my bitcoins, that my about $8,000 worth of Bitcoin out of that.
Oh my God!
And so I don't even know what to feel about it. I mean, it was my own stupid thing for doing it, and I should have not done it. These people should not be thieves. I mean, there's a lot of situations. Thanks, Anti. Yeah, it hurt because I needed that money. I needed it real bad, actually. So if anybody's got Bitcoin you want to donate to me, I got a brand new wallet, and I put the brand new number on the website to replace that. Or you can send me cash if you want, if you really feel bad for me. And some people have, and I appreciate those that have, very, very much so. But the thing is, it was my own stupid fault for doing something so moronic. I should have done more research on the wallet before I did it. But see, the thing is, and I've never heard of any wallet ever being used in that manner, being used to steal bitcoins in that way.
Wow.
So anyway, I tracked down this particular guy, through his address. I can't get in touch with him because it's Bitcoin, so it's all anonymous. You don't have an address. There's no way to get to him.
Yeah.
So I tracked him down, or his wallet down, and he had taken everything that he's stolen from everybody's wallet. He transferred into another address. Now, at this point in time, he's got 74 bitcoins in there at about $8,000 apiece.
Wow.
However, he has received total on this particular wallet 5,684 bitcoins. So let's just do the simple math here. Let's find out what Bitcoin is at this very moment in time. It's 7712. So if you take that number and you multiply it by this other number, let's just do that right here. I'll tell you how much the money this guy has stolen from all of those people. From so many people. It's crazy. It's crazy how much the money this guy has stolen from people. Where you at, barman? You there? Oh, that's right. No little mark. $45 million. He has stolen $45 million from people.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, I could feel bad. I could feel really bad about the fact that I, personally, to me, that money was extremely highly valuable. But he's stolen $45 million.
Oh my God.
And I mean, nobody's even talking about it out there. Maybe people are too embarrassed to admit that they did something so stupid. I don't know, but I did, and it was it's just crazy. Anyway, let me give you the link to this guy's Bitcoin page here, or his whatever you want to call it. I don't know how you can't really track them down, man. There's no really way to track the fucker down. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. You can go look for yourself. Total received, and then he's got left in there 74 Bitcoins still. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm broke.
God, that sucks.
It does suck. Who RBI? I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know. People all there. I've looked at threads. Other people talking about other situations they've been through. Rome showed me one about it from another wallet, and it could be the same guy with all these thieving wallets, you know.
Right.
That do it. Thanks, Poxfly, for that link. And so it could be the same guy that did all that. I don't know. There's no silver trigger. Sorry.
He's not listening.
Oh. Well, whatever.
He's
Screw him then.
Right.
Anyway, so since I started bringing up some of my old, and you know that money, I didn't spend any money to get that money that I had in there. All that was from all my old mining stuff from several years ago, and over the last summer I did some. I brought up some of these old wallets because I saw some people taking interest in them, and I sold some of those old Bitcoin, old altcoins, and so over this week I've looked at other my old altcoin wallets, and I've still got quite a few that were left over from like 2014, 2013, 2012 when I was back there when I was mining Bitcoins or mining altcoins. So I can put that money back together from some of these, maybe, possibly. I sold all my moon coins. I think was where most of that money came from. And they were worthless. I almost deleted the wallet at some point because it was like, well, these things are never going to do anything, and they weren't really, you couldn't get like $30, $40 for them, but for whatever reason they took off for a short time, and during that time I sold them.
Yeah.
And then they went back down. So they're not really worth anything anymore. But so it was money I didn't have, and just magically came to me, and I can't feel too bad about it. I mean, but I do because I had it, and then I don't.
Yeah, that sucks.
But anyway, so I'm trying to mine some of these old altcoins now that I had left over.
Oh, good.
And it's kind of difficult because, well, it's just not like it was back then. They've changed everything around, or except unless you have some of the old coins like I have. But even those, the difficulty on mining them has become much greater.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I lost a little sleep over that first couple of days there.
Yeah.
Monday night, Tuesday night, I was like, I'm losing my freaking mind here. How did I do something that was so stupid? Anyway, enough of that.
I know. I hate when I do stuff like that.
And I don't tell you this as a way to make anybody feel bad or anything like that for me. But I will take your money if you're going to give it to me. But it's just a cautionary tale there that be careful. Be careful out there on the freaking interwebs, especially with the cryptos, because people are wanting to steal your money, and they will if you give them any opportunity whatsoever.
Right.
So,
yep, they will.
They will.
They suck.
They freaking do suck. Okay, so we've talked about Pope Francis a couple of times, right?
Yes.
Here over the recent weeks.
Yes, we have.
And now comes this article. Pope Francis says, climate change deniers are perverts.
Oh, God. Really? Oh, my God. No.
He's got like a new winner every week, this guy. And I'm not a climate change denier. I do say the climate is changing. It's just the reason why, which would be the problem. But yeah,
right,
sure, I'm a pervert. I got no problem with that either. Anyway, Catholic leader says skeptics are not addressing environment. Pope Francis has labeled skeptics who deny there are problems with the environment as perverts when he addressed the global threat of anthropogenic, and that's where the problem comes in right there, anthropogenic climate change. It's not anthropogenic. The climate is changing, and it does, and I don't deny the climate's changing. I would never do that because, well, it's always changed and it's going to always change. But he calls it a global threat of anthropogenic climate change, which is, yes, that's exactly what anthropogenic means, man-made, not man-made. The letter was read by at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Bonn, Germany, as the pontiff issued an urgent call to renew dialogue on how we are building the future of this planet. It says we need an exchange that unites us all, because the environmental challenge we are experiencing and its human roots regard us all and affect us all, the Pope said, suggesting human activity is causing climate change.
Imagine that.
So this guy, he's crazy. I think he's proved it time and time again. This is at nnettle.com, the Unnettle website. But regardless of the fact, if you don't like that site, and I know some people don't like that site, it's out there. He said it. It's recorded.
Wow.
You can not like that site all you want, but every time this website has brought up something about the Pope, it's always been accurate. It's been dead on, and the facts and the links and everything are there about it. So.
And speaking of the Pope, they made a Lamborghini for him.
A Lamborghini for the Pope?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Okay. Pope Francis received a white and yellow Lamborghini as a gift on Wednesday, but he won't be using it on the tree-shaded roads of the Vatican Gardens. The donated Lamborghini Huracan, which normally sells for more than $200,000, was signed by the Pope outside his Vatican residence and will be auctioned off by Sotheby's, with proceeds given to the pontiff to help the needy. The Vatican said all the money would go to projects to help Christians return and rebuild their homes in Iraq's Nineveh plains that were destroyed by ISIS militants. They will also go to help female victims of human trafficking and forced prostitution, and to two Italian groups which provide medical services in Central Africa. Francis had shunned papal limousines used by his predecessor in favor of a simple blue Ford Focus. White and yellow are the colors of the Vatican flag.
What the hell does he need a car for?
He doesn't. They just gave it. I don't know.
Oh, God. Freaking Pope. Anyway,
I know.
Gary L. posted this over on the Tweeter earlier today, and here it is, in case you're up late tonight over whatever. The Leonid meteor shower lights up the sky tonight. And this here article on Vox.com shows you how to watch. It says you can find them rising in the eastern sky overnight. The Earth passes through the trail of debris left behind by a comet. Bits of that debris catch fire in our atmosphere and streak across the sky at a blazing 3,000-degree flash. So Friday and Saturday night you can watch this action by catching the annual Leonid meteor shower, which will run throughout the weekend. The new moon on Sunday means the skies will be at their darkest, so it will be a better night to see the meteors, see a dozen or so meteors per hour. Let's see here, DC 1:25 a.m. Saturday. So I don't know what time is it in DC right now. I don't know. Well,
it's 12:51.
Okay, so now there's probably streaking across your sky. If you live on the East Coast, look out your window towards the east, and you can see some meteors flashing on by there from the Leonids. And there's a map there to show you where they show up, coming through Leo, of course. Leonids, Leo.
I get it.
Yeah. Anyway, cool stuff, and thanks, Gary L, for posting that over on the Twitter earlier today. The day of the Triffids. Don't look at the Leonids. Yeah. Funny boy. Oh, God. I thought I got rid of that. Okay. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, we talked about this for a good while here on the program, and we had Kira doing her show every week, talking about this.
Yeah.
There you go.
The pipeline.
Keystone pipeline shut down after leaking 210,000 gallons of oil. Gee, didn't we say that was going to happen? And they said, no, these pipelines, they're rock solid. Don't you worry about a thing.
Right.
So
they always leak.
Yep, the contentious Keystone pipeline has been temporarily shut down after a 210,000-gallon oil leak was discovered in South Dakota.
Great. Just
amazing. Brian Walsh, the Department of Environment and Natural Services, tells KSFY News that they were alerted to the leak around 10:30 a.m. Yesterday morning by TransCanada. The leak was in the Keystone pipeline was located by agricultural area guy in Marshall County. There have been no reports of the oil entering any waterways, of course not, or water systems at this time. They would never admit that. Walsh said 5,000 barrels of oil have leaked at 42 gallons a barrel, around 210,000 gallons of oil. You can bet it was much more than that. But that's what they're going to admit to. And it's not fixed yet. So
yeah, but it's still leaking. Wonderful. Yeah, and this just proves the lies. It just proves the lies.
Right. And it says one of President Trump's first acts in office was authorizing the construction of both the Keystone and Dakota Access pipelines.
I remember that because Obama left because Obama supposedly put a temporary stop to it, like he was going to do something.
Well, right, because he knew he was leaving office, so he could put a stop to it.
So he just put it on the back burner. And then Trump comes along and okay, yep. Yepper.
So there you go. Is it a shock? Is it a surprise to anybody that the motherfucker leaked? I don't think so.
No. And it's just it's a way I think that they get us pissed off. They want us to be fucking pissed off. And not be able to do anything about it.
That's a good one there, Gooberzilla. Check out Gooberzilla's cartoon there. I mean, it's good. It's funny, but it's not funny because it's real. Yeah. Anyway.
Loading here.
Oh. God.
Yeah, it's not funny.
Not funny, but it is what it is. It is
it's
what
not
it
funny,
is.
but it's true.
It's true.
Wow.
RN looks like M. Yeah, they kind of do, depending on your font. Anyway, let's hear some more tunages here.
Okay, let's do that.
And we're gonna start this one with a brand spanking new one from Liv Sin of Sister Sin previously. This came out yesterday, and it's called King of the Damned. Pink Floyd, Money, Cowboy Jack request. Good stuff, man. I love that song. I love pretty much all of Pink Floyd stuff, so it's hard to say, but yeah, thanks for the request. Before that, Pert Near Sandstone with Appalachian Girl for the Moosegurl. Yeah, she loves that song too. It's good stuff. But anyway, we kicked it off there with Live Sin, King of the Damned. Just came out yesterday, and I gotta say, of all the songs that I've heard from Liv Sin since the breakup of Sister Sin, that's the best. That's the best one. So yeah, I dig that. So, but they're all talking about pit-up girls there in the chat right now, and they're posting pictures of these different women, and Slim Jim Flim is rating them at whatever number he decides is right, because apparently he was correct about all that stuff. But I posted a picture there of Betty Page, and let me tell you, she was a 10. Somebody mentioned also Mia Jovovich. I watched the other night. What's that movie?
Oh, Scarlett Johansson. Okay, I'll look that one up.
Violet, Ultraviolet. I watched the other night, starring Mia Jovovich, and it was pretty much all Mia Jovovich in that movie. And yeah, she's good stuff.
Yeah, Rita Hayworth to me was one of the best.
She is good stuff.
On the planet. And she was a redhead. She was a knockout. She was a total knockout. Yeah. My son's sitting here telling me Jessica Chastain, and he said,
I don't even know who that is.
Scarlett Johansson.
But Betty Page, that's my style gal.
Yeah, Betty Page was hot. She was a 10.
She was a sexy thing. Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah, she was. She was ahead of her time. For sure.
Oh.
Scarlett Johansson's not a natural redhead.
Oh,
anyway,
probably not.
No, that was Jessica Chastain. She's in that movie Martian.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Not Allie Lauder. Allie Lauder's a blonde. Bridget Bardot, I don't think she was a redhead, was she? I'll look her up.
I don't know that.
I think she was a blonde. Or maybe a brunette. Brigitte Bardot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so, it's just all personal preference. No, Brigitte Bardot, she's had red hair in the past, but she wasn't a natural redhead. She was a blonde. I mean, she looks good as a redhead.
Hell?
Wait
a second.
Here's a really famous picture of Brigitte Bardot. Don't get your panties in a bunch now. There's... Hang on. Loading. What? That's not the right same one. Yes. View image. There we go. Okay, I clicked the wrong. There we go. Now, you'll like this one. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever gets your vote, floats your vote. I don't know what does, so it's just...
Yeah.
That's like a famous photo of her, though. A skinny man. Funny.
Oh, boy.
She is Swedish, I think. She's not. She was from Sweden, I think.
Well, let's not forget about our music gals. We got some very hot music gals out there.
Oh, yeah. You know it. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't really have anything, Graham. I'm just like.
I got some stuff.
Okay, good.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what mainstream media is ready. Oh, yeah. Let me get the other one first, because. Okay. Here's. Okay. I'll just open this one. I'll come back to that one. All right. This story came out the other day on the cannabis. Denver doctors say 11-month-old boy's deadly heart condition was likely related to marijuana. As of this writing, this is the first reported pediatric death associated with cannabis exposure. Lie. Now, I'm not going to go through it with this article for you because it's all total bullshit. This is not true whatso freaking ever.
No, it is not true. It is a made-up story. It's bullshit.
The story's not made up, but it's a lie.
Oh,
but
it's a lie.
It's a freaking lie. And go back to the one here. Came out on Anti-Media, I think, today, talking about that one. Mainstream media is spreading fake news about marijuana killing a baby. Says this week's news cycle was flooded with mainstream headlines suggesting doctors were claiming to have discovered the first marijuana overdose. Doctors claim baby's 2015 death was caused by marijuana overdose, according to Fox News. Baby boy, first marijuana overdose, doctors claim, wrote New York Daily News. Local Colorado NBC affiliate 9 News headline article: Colorado doctors claim first marijuana overdose, death. Except that's not the doctors. That wasn't what the doctors who investigated the baby's death said. It was a lie. They were all lies. According to the doctors, the baby had been lethargic and retching in the days leading up to his hospitalization. An autopsy found the baby had myocarditis, a condition that inflames the heart muscles and causes them to stop working. The doctors did acknowledge the presence of cannabis in the baby's system, the presence of THC metabolites in the patient's urine and serum, most likely secondary to ingestion, is the only uncovered risk factor in the etiology of his myocarditis, they wrote. They even documented the link between cannabis and the condition in other research. The link between cannabis and myocarditis has been documented in teenagers and young adults. Further, they urged research into potential relationships, saying, "We believe there exists a plausible relationship that justifies further research into cannabis-associated cardiotoxicity and related practice adjustments."
No, bullshit.
Nevertheless, they also cautioned there were limitations in the report, citing the case study design and the limitations on interpreting an exact time, dose, and route of cannabis exposure, the specificity of the histopathology, Jesus Christ, being used to classify the etiology of myocarditis and inconsistent blood culture results. In other words, we have no idea what killed this kid. None of it makes sense. Now, we don't know what effects the marijuana might have had. However, that's not what caused it. That's not what caused it, and we all know that people with heart conditions benefit greatly from marijuana.
Oh my God.
But they all jumped right on it. You had your Fox Newses and your New York Daily Newses and tons of other ones out there too, all reporting the same freaking lie as if it was fact. Ooh, marijuana kills people. Now, even if this were the case, and the fact that this came out in 2015, and it's now suddenly breaking news all over the place, the fact that the doctors prescribe tons and tons of shit that kills hundreds and hundreds of people every day. Not a story. One baby dies that may have had some marijuana in his system a couple of years ago, and suddenly it's now this, the evil weed, it's terrible, it will kill you.
Oh my God, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I just, the hell with you guys, man.
Right.
Now you probably what?
To hell with you, I said. To hell with them.
Well, what is this story? Do I know what this story? Oh, I'll talk about that later, maybe if I have time.
Okay.
But you probably heard about this story already.
Okay.
Man shot by Texas cops for burglarizing his own truck, and then shot again after resisting anal search.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
I am not kidding you. This on blacklistednews.com. Comes from PNAC, the Photography is Not a Crime website. Anyway, the unarmed man shot by Texas cop trying to break into his own car resisted an anal cavity search after he was shot, according to his attorneys. So he'd already been shot, and then they tried to ass rape him, and he didn't like that so much, and they shot him again. So within 10 seconds of their arrival, they already shot him in the stomach. Lee Merritt, the attorney representing the 31-year-old Lindo Jones, told WFA 8. While on the street suffering from his wound, officers attempted to perform a cavity search. They shot the fucker in the stomach. He's bleeding out, and they're trying to ass rape him.
Oh my God.
And so Mr. Jones reacted to the unlawful sodomy and was consequently shot a second time in the back. Justine Moore, another attorney representing Jones, said, after being shot in the stomach and the back, Jones was transported to Baylor Medical Center, where he was handcuffed and shackled to his hospital bed, denied visits from his family, and charged with evading detention detention 6 days later. Okay, so Lindo Jones was shackled to the bed. Yeah, we got that. The only problem is that Jones never committed a crime in the first place, which means police had no legal reason to detain or arrest him. That truck was his.
Wow.
How can you burglarize your own car? Jones remained handcuffed in the hospital for 6 days until November 14th, when the Dallas County District Attorney's Office rejected the charges against him. Charged with nothing, shot twice, they tried to rape his ass. Unfucking believable. Anyway, so the pigs dropped the charges against him. They had no reason to go after this guy whatsoever. He was a black dude, and he was probably in a white neighborhood. I don't know, but just just try to move the pain from one spot to another. Right, Anti. Fucking
jeez.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something. Maybe we need to talk to the Pope. I need to talk to the Pope. Hey, Pope, you listen?
Yeah. So there's been this going around Eau Claire. There's been 5 bomb threats in 8 days, and the boys' school wasn't one of them until today.
Oh, great.
Yeah, but then Zach texts me from school and says they got a bomb threat, and I'm like, crap. And then he texts me back. He's like, everyone's pissed off. No one's taking it seriously because they found it apparently last night, and in a bathroom, written on the bathroom stall wall, which is where all of these have been found, is in bathrooms, right?
Right.
In the schools, and
because that's the only place. Anyway, that's the only place in the school without cameras, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And see, my thought was it was because there was a basketball game at North last night.
Yeah.
My thought it was someone from another school or something did it.
That could be, sure.
But anyway, they found it last night, and they searched the school and everything. And they didn't put the school on hold or anything, but a bunch of kids left school. Well, I don't think that was just to get out of school.
You're too funny.
You know.
Anyway, that's it's a great way to get out of school for somebody.
Right, but they're taking these. I mean, if you're 17 or older,
Yeah.
you're automatically charged as an adult. If you're between the age of 14 and 16, wait, what is it? Something like that. The judge can decide
Woohoo.
to charge you as an adult or as a juvenile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either way, that shit's gonna stay on your. That's a life-changing thing to do.
Yeah, it's just ignorant. You know, it's stupid.
It's stupid, right?
Right.
But yeah. So that's been going on. It's just like, really, people, come on.
I know. Crazy.
And it's kids, but you know.
Anyway, my message to the Pope. I started the Pope here.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to reverse climate change might just destroy the world.
Oh God.
This is from NewYorkPost.com. It says apparently this movie Geostorm, which looked good in the commercial I saw, but apparently it fell flat on its face at the box office and got so much shit wrong, which of course it did. Kind of like The Day After Tomorrow or whatever. It got so many things wrong when it comes to science that it's not really even worth remembering. But it did manage to predict something vaguely accurate. Manipulation of the climate is bad news. Duh. Fucking duh. Anyway, in a new study published by the journal Nature Communications, a team of researchers led by climate gurus at the University of Exeter revealed that dabbling in artificial cooling of the planet as a countermeasure to man-made global warming is just a recipe for disaster. Now, but of course, I can't just talk to the Pope. Anti-Hen points out that I have to talk to God, and God will tell the Pope whatever I had to say.
Right, there you go, yeah.
God, you listen, you read this article, God. The research utilized advanced climate models to simulate the effects on proposed climate intervention techniques, including the intentional injection of aerosols into the atmosphere to lessen the sun's ability to fuel devastating storms. And the results are not exactly encouraging. Oh my God. Anyway, let's hit a couple of tunes here. Oh man. It's just so amusing that these asshats think they have any kind of clue about anything going on. You know? Did you mute? All right, you must have muted already.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Didn't mean to do it. I prematurely muted.
I'll tell you what, Vinny, call after this set, and then we'll do it that way.
Okay, we'll do that.
He wants 5 minutes, so 5 minutes we'll give him. All right, so here you go, music for
Alrighty.
your soul. Run, 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 run away. That's a Del Shannon song there, Moosegurl. Yes, indeed, that was a Moosegurl request from some time ago, the Traveling Wilburys with Runaway. Before that, Scarlet Riot off of the new album Warrior, and we kicked it off with another Moosegurl request, the Grateful Dead and Tennessee Jed. Yes, indeed. And now we got a little surprise. A little, what do you call it? A special thing heading your way. Lynn Tilbury, who are you? I don't know you. What do you want? I hate that when these things pop up. What is this? No, I do not want to be your friend. Go away. Just go away. Just go away. Okay. Contacts. He says he's online here. Let me find him. There he is. Here he is. We're going to have a special call from a special humanoid. Let's see if we could get him on the line here. Right now. Waiting for his answer. Answer. It's ringing. That's 3 ringy dingies. Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, here I am.
There you are.
Hi, Grimnir.
Howdy.
Sorry, I forgot it was Friday.
What the, okay.
Yeah, so, sorry to call in so late.
Well, hey,
but
let me introduce you. Anybody might not recognize your famous voice, connecting voice, Mr. Vincent Easley II.
Yeah, with the media.
With the media?
Real quick, I've got to say this. This is from National Public Radio, and I've yet to listen to it, but in reading, and I just laugh. That my ears was burning when I read this, and now with a grin from ear to ear. This is, like I said, from National Public Radio. Kay Wiles writes for the High Country Reporter, so they're doing an interview with her. She says, they say, Wiles is a regular in the courtroom alongside reporters from mainstream outlets like the Los Angeles Times and the Wall Street Journal. But there are also some of the Bundy movement's early promoters, people's from, hey, this is talking about Real Liberty Media here, and I think they've not got this right. It says people from far-right internet talk shows and conspiracy websites identifying themselves as media. Friends of the Bundys regularly live stream updates to their followers during breaks in the trial. No cameras or recorders are allowed in the courtroom. I find that very laughable. If you look up, go ahead, Grimnir.
They don't mention Real Liberty Media by name.
No.
Okay.
I find that real funny.
We're certainly far from being far right, but conspiracy, I'd go there.
Yeah. Conspiracies are facts. And if you look up the word internet, media on the internet, I think we're covered here. We are media. I've been doing radio since 2013, and I've spoken many, many hours. I research. I don't have the skills, the writing skills, the journalistic skills that these other people possess. I would mention Kid Ritter from the AP, a nice guy. We've had conversation, and a busy guy, but nonetheless he will take the time to acknowledge you and say hello and even speak with me. He went on to say, how he tries to leave his opinion out. So I call him old school, and that's good. And also though, on the other hand, it leaves out the opinion. But nonetheless, there is still opinion there because what he doesn't write is reflected in what he does write, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Now, on the opposite extreme, Miss Wiles, she writes for High Country Reporter, or High Country News, which is an environmental type of deal. So she is very biased in what she writes, but that's okay, But admit it. Don't try to use ad hominem on other people and try to say, they have less value. I'm adding my part. Like I said, I can only envy the skills of some of these people. I struggle to write. English is a second language to me. I speak American with the Southern effect. So it may not translate. And I've got to say, it obviously hasn't, because Moosegurl, she didn't even know about the extent of my involvement in Bunkerville. So maybe I'm not that great, which I'll be the first to admit. But nonetheless, it is me and my small part in this small part of history overall. And my voice is adding to the narrative. So if you take all your viewpoints from one point, I'm going to say your perspective is it's bias. So I take the time to look at all these other people's writings. I'm pretty good about reading through the rhetoric, and that's basically, most people's rhetoric is failed, and they failed in their grammar and their logic to come to that. So just real quick, I just want to come in and update, and thanks, Juan Taco. Those that are following, we're posting over to Real Liberty Media YouTube channel, and I added the extra playlist in there of connecting voices. So very interesting woman I met Thursday on the way to the courthouse, and I stopped to take the time to get a little short interview with her.
Great. Yeah, by the way, I kicked off the show tonight by reading an article from DCClothesline.com. Bombshell in Bundy case, government witness confirms Bundy claims. And I'd have to say, although he wrote a very good story, he's not a very good writer. His sentence structure leaves a lot to be desired. Be that as it may, it was a good article. And Moosegurl just found another, I guess, version of it there on sonsoflibertymedia.com. But I got the one from DCClothesline.com, which was posted up by Rancher42.
Yeah, right. Ranchero42.
Yeah.
Great interaction on Twitter with me. Let me read this if I can take up a little more time real quick. And I had help in the edit, but I'm going to start out with what I wrote. No, this is what my friend, I think here, she helped me edit this. So I say, my ears are burning a bit and a grin pinned between them. Minor media I may be, but only marvel the skills of those I've met from mainstream media. Ken Ritter writes for the Associated Press. He can be considered old school, the facts without his personal opinion. However, the problem with old school journalism is the link between fact and opinion are missing. Having the link represented guides the reader to in directions of conclusion and creates a speculation which leads to deep thought, followed in turn by debate. Now that's, like I said, that was helping edit, and it's not actually the American language, it is the English, and there is a difference. So I'm contrasting a few media persons that I've met and talked to. I lack the skills they do and the resources too, but I have my part to tell as well. And I'd further say that that part they don't tell is by default of the rules of journalism and administrative calls. It is opinion and censor. So you can go too far, certainly, in either direction, and I'm just trying to make sure that some of what I find to be important is told.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of good videos over there on the RLM, or Liberty Media YouTube channel, and that one video you got almost 400 views on there now.
Well,
yeah, so I mean that's it's not record breaking, but it's certainly it's certainly a nice showing there that people are paying attention.
Yeah, and you know what? There's so many great people out there. Kelly Stewart, John Lamb, Sherry Duvall. She's going to be in what I'm writing here, and no telling how long it's going to take. But she's self-taught and she writes. She just amazes me at how well that she can bring information and put it in print. Of course, Maxine Bernstein. She started out very biased, and she got to where she was doing kind of like Ken and being an actual reporter, a journalist. And her readers have goaded her into slipping back more into the poking at the Bundys. And why so many people are not so many, but there is a contingent of people that are real anti-Bundy, and it makes me wonder why.
Well, I don't know, but that article that, like I said, the one I shared from the DC Clothesline, if they read that should straighten their asses right out, because it tells all the stuff about all the lies that the government did.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm on the witness list, and as much as I want to be in the courtroom, it's imperative that my testimony is brought to light, and it further shows that the state is lying. It's a setup. It was a big setup, and my information will come to light.
Great. All right, man. Well, we got to do this thing here.
Thank you, Grimnir. Sorry to call so late, and I appreciate you taking me in.
It's always good whenever we can get you in.
Right on.
Thanks a lot.
I'm going back to the radio. Thanks, Grim. Thanks, Moosey.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Vincent Easley. And now, oops, where's my recorder? And now, there's this. Yeah, Stoner Train there with Black Betty. They close out the show for the night. I've had a great time. Moose, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So, anyway, tomorrow we got the Dark Table at noon Eastern with Grammy and Flashtroid. And then Sunday morning, or Sunday noon Eastern, I'll be on with the Blues for 3 hours there in the trivia and the chat room. Yes, the trivia. Come on into the chat room, folks, and play some trivia with us here on Real Liberty Media. And then immediately following me will be Hal Anthony behind the woodshed, opening up a big old can of whoop-ass. And at 7 p.m. Eastern will be Gary L. and Gigi's Boo. Hopefully she's better now. She got sick last week and they couldn't do the show, but hopefully she's better now. And we get the road list traveled with Gary L and Gigi, and then Grammy will be back again on Wednesday at her normal time.
All right.
And I think that's all I got.
Awesome.
You got anything?
Nope.
All right, folks. Peace.
Peace.
Love y'all.